Hello, hi everyone. In this video, I gonna talk about how to establish passwordless SSH connection between two Linux servers. These two Linux servers are launched by using EC2, that is nothing but from AWS. Now let's see how I launch my EC2 instances. Let's launch instances. Here I'm gonna select Amazon Linux and configure your Linux according to your requirement. I just want this FreeTier T2 micro. So I'm going with it. And next choose how many machines you want to launch. Here I want two machines, two Linux machines. So I'm choosing two. If you want more, you can add more. If you want less, you can add less. And next step is add storage. This storage is enough for me. So next go to configure security groups. We should enable this. I'll keep it anywhere. And launch. Here we should use a private key. We can choose an existing key pair or else we can create a new key pair. I'm choosing the existing key pair. This key pair is used while launching session or while connecting through our EC2 machines. So we should keep it safe. After that, your instances are launching. Now let's view our instances. These two are the instances I launched. Let's give a name so that we'll not get confused to it. I'm giving the name as server1 and save it. And name for this second instance is I'm giving as server2. Here it didn't got saved. So let's do it again. Server1 and save. Now our instances are launched. Now we should connect to these instances by using a tool called MobaXterm. You can connect to these machines by using Putty or some other tools, but I just like MobaXterm, so I'm using it. For launching that, we should copy this IP public IPv4 address, and we should go to MobaXterm, and we should launch a session here. The IP we copied, we should paste it here. And we should specify a username that is nothing but EC2 user. And we should go to advanced SSH settings and should provide a private key, the key which we have given while launching our instances. We should keep that key here. And now we get connected to the machine we launched. Yeah, now let's launch another machine that I already created here, and copy this address and go to MobaXterm and go to session here and go to SSH and give that address and specify a username here, and the username is EC2 user. And next go to advanced SSH and use the private key that you have given while you launched your instances. And okay, and now we got connected to both of our machines, Linux machines. Now let's see how to connect to these two machines by establishing passwordless SSH connection between these two Linux servers. This is server 2. This is my server 1 and this is my server 2. Firstly, we should create a user in this server. I want to establish connection from this user to this EC2 user. So I'm creating a user for it. For creating a user, we should use a command called sudo useradd. The name, the user you want to create. I'm creating Sahitya as user here and enter. The user got created here. Now we should give specific password to that so that we can log into that user. The command to give password is sudo password and the username to which you're gonna give password. Yeah, you should set some password here and enter, and we should retype the password again. And yeah, the password tokens are updated successfully. Now we should create a password to user. How to create a password to user? That is nothing but sudo password root. Now give a password which is different from the password of that user you have given. Again, retype that password. And again, we have created all this user and updated a password and created a root password in server 1. Now we should create a root password and a password for EC2 user in server 2. Let's do it now. This is server 2. Let's create a password for root. For that, we should give a command called sudo password and the username root. And we should type a password what you want to type. You can give. And retype the password what you have given again. And enter. The password of a root token has updated successfully. Now let's create a password for EC2 user. Sudo, the command is sudo password EC2 user. And give a password for this EC2 user too. It should be different from the password you have given to your root. And retype the password. And the password for that EC2 user is updated successfully. Now let's see how to establish passwordless SSH connection between two Linux servers. Let's get started. For that, we should go to server 1 here, where we have created user. First, we should go to the user Sahitya, which we have created. For changing or switching the user, the command is su and the username to which you want to go and enter. It is asking password. Type the password and you'll get into that user. Here I wanna get connected from Sahitya to this EC2 server. So let's get started now. For connecting or establishing passwordless SSH connection, first we have to generate a key. For generating a key, the command is, here there is a network issue. Let's reload it. And here we are back. Let's go to user Sahitya, which we have created back. And enter, give the password. And now we are in user Sahitya. So for establishing a connection or establishing a passwordless SSH connection between two Linux servers, firstly we should generate a key. For generating a key, the command is ssh-keygen. By this command, a key gets generated. Two types of keys get generated. If you want to save that particular keys in particular location, you can give some file name, or else by default it will take SSH as the file location and it gets saved. I'm not giving anything here, and enter. The key got generated here. Now let's check whether the key got generated or not. For that, we should use a command called ls-la and /.ssh. This command is used to whether we generated those two keys, both private and public keys or not. So enter it. See here, these two are the keys that got generated by using this keygen command. idrsa.pub is a public key. idrsa is a private key. These two are the keys which got generated. Now do the same process in server 2. In both the servers, we should generate keys. So do the same process here. Here I'm not adding any user. I want to log in Sahitya from EC2 user. So just keep it as EC2 user. So same process. We should create a key here. So the command for generating a key is, again here it is a network issue. Sorry for it. It gets reloaded and we can continue our work. There's no problem for it. Again, we want to generate a key, which we already done in server 1. We are doing that same process in server 2. For generating a key here, we use ssh-keygen and enter. If you want to give a path, you can give, or else just by default it will take some path. And the key got generated. If you want to check whether both the keys are generated or not, you should give a command ls-la/.ssh. This is the command which we use. I already said you. I think I typed it something wrong. So let's do it again. ls. Yeah, here I typed LA. I should type ls. It is the command. If we do anything wrong, it will show command not found or some error. So we should be careful while doing this. Even space matters here. So be careful while typing commands. Yeah, see, same. These two are the keys we got generated. This is the private key and this is the public key. And let's see what's the IP of this server. See, this is the IP. Just copy it. And let's switch to server 1 here. Now we generated keys in both the servers. So now I think mostly we can connect to the server 2. Let's try. For that, we should type ssh-. This is a command. And we should be careful while typing commands. ssh-copy-id EC2 user. We want to connect it to that EC2 user. So we are giving that username as EC2 user. At the rate the IP address of that user. Just now we have copied it. So let's paste it here and enter. Yeah, it is asking, are you sure you want to continue connecting? Yes, I'm sure. So let's type S. But here we got permission denied. That means we should go to configure, we should configure the files which are already there in our Linux by default. We should go and configure them. For configuring a file, we should be the root user. So let's log into the root. Let's switch to root. For switching, we should use su and then user root and the password to the root. Give the password what you have given while creating we given. So let's give that password and enter. Here, this is how root looks. Hash will be there for root, and for all other users there will be dollar here. For root it will be hash. Now we came to root, so now we should configure the file. SSHD file. We should configure that SSHD file. So for that we should give a command called nano -/etc /etc /etc/ssh, where the file is stored, /sshd_config. This is where the file is. This is the path for that. You should be careful while typing commands. See, there's something wrong here. Let's type it again. Nano space. There should be no hyphen, I guess. That's the issue here. etc/sshd_config. This is the path for configuring the SSHD file, which is automatically created. We should enable some permissions in this file. Yeah, this is the file, sshd config file. Now we should enable some options here. Those are, we should authenticate password as S. We should search where is that. Yeah, here the password authentication is configured as no. We should change it to S. And next, we should enable this. We should enable permit root login as S. No, we should remove this hash here. Yeah, we should remove this and we should save it. And we should come out of the file by using Ctrl X. Now we have done it in server 1. We should do the same thing in server 2. So let's go to server 2 and do the same thing. Log into root. For logging to root, we should give SUROOT. Enter, and there will be a password for that root. Give that password and enter. Now we are in root user. So let's go to that config file and edit it. For that, the command is nano /etc /ssh /sshd_config. This is the path, and enter. We are in this config file. Let's do the same thing. Let's permit root login and change password authentication as S. Yeah, here is the root login. Remove this hash and password authentication. Here it is. Go and change it to S. And come out of, save this and come out of the file by using Ctrl X. And we should, after coming out of this sshd file, we should restart the sshd. As we just updated it, we should restart it so that it will come, it will run. For restarting, we should use command as system ctc and space and restart space sshd.socket. Once recheck the command, and enter. It is showing command not found. Let's type it again. It's not ctc, I guess. System c t l restart sshd.socket. And yeah, this is the correct command. The system has restarted, and now let's check the status of it. For checking the status, the command is systemctl status sshd.socket. By this we can know the status of the file, status of that sshd thing. Let's enter. See, it is here active and it is listening, so it is in good condition. So now let's do the same thing in server 1. We didn't do that in server 1, so let's do it in server 1 too. And for that, first we should restart it. So for that, command is systemctl restart sshd.socket. No, it is failed again. I should check it once again. Systemctl restart sshd.socket. Enter. Now it is restarted. Now let's check the status of that file. Systemctl status sshd.socket. Enter. It is also actively listening. So both the Both the files are now in good condition. So let's see how it works now. Now I think we can commit now, but let's see. We should not always be sure about it. We should check it. So for that, we should try to connect as Sahitya. So we should go to Sahitya. For that, we should give SU Sahitya to go to Sahitya user which we have created previously and enter. Now we are under Sahitya user. Now let's try connecting to the machine. For that we should have IP of this. We already have that here. But let's one take it. Let's log in as EC2 user. Let's switch to EC2 user. And let's see what's the IP here by typing the command IPA. This is the IP of this server. Let's copy it. And now let's go to this server. Let's see if it gets connected or not. The command for that connection is ssh-copy slash not slash, it's hyphen again, id space ec2. We're gonna connect to ec2 user, so we are giving that username as ec2 user. ec2 user, and at the rate we should give the IP address that we have copied previously here. This is the IP address of the server 2. Let's see whether it's get connected or not. Yeah, we got connected. See here, we got connected. We are getting connected. So it is asking password for EC2 user of this IP address. Previously, we are in Sahitya with this IP address. Now we are in EC2 user. Now let's give password to this EC2 user. What you have given previously. And enter. Now once let's repeat the same thing here. Here, copy this thing. No, here. Just type this again, that's it. SSH copy -id space EC2 user. We want to connect to EC2 user from this Sahitya. So we are giving EC2 user and at the rate IP address of that particular one. Or else we can give this command which is present here. We can just copy it and we can just give that command, or else we can give, it is your wish. I'm giving this and remove those commas which are added extra here. And yeah, enter. See, we are connected here. See, we are connected from Sahitya, that is this server 1 here. Check it out here, Sahitya. From Sahitya, from server 1, we got connected to EC2 user in server 2. See here, even the IP address got changed here. See, same things are getting executed here. This is how we establish passwordless SSH connection between two Linux servers. If you wanna know about commands I used in this video, I'm attaching that in a description box. Thank you.